What's up, yo? Tell me, are you one of those people that has dated for such a long time? You've dated different types of people, time again and again. You've been in a relationship where you were at the bottom. You were submitting yourself. In another relationship, you were at a vantage point. You were at the top. You were running the relationship. You've tried everything, and you still walked out empty-handed. Now, I'm not going to claim to know dating or relationships more than the next person, but I might say one or two things that you haven't done yet in this video. So watch out for those. Right. So now I want to start with the simple stuff, right? Number one, we need to understand that people date for different reasons. We need to look out for that. Some people literally date for fun. Believe it or not, but people date for fun, all right? They're just enjoying and having a good time. Some people date because it was a dare. Some people date you because you're good looking. Some people date for stability. They date to marry. They date because they're looking for someone that they're gonna spend the rest of their lives with. And the worst thing is, all these people I just mentioned are dating one another. You are in the pool with the person who's dating because it was a dare to date. They see you, they want to date you because it's a dare. And you're probably looking for a life partner. And you might date a person like that. And the worst thing is, they might not even tell you that they're dating you for that reason. That is what sucks. And a lot of people, you find that, so you end up dating and dating and dating and dating, and you walk out empty-handed because you can date 3 guys in a row or 3 girls in a row, and none of them are in the same place that you are. So here's what I want to say. There is a way to avoid all this. There is a way to walk in with your naked eyes and you look at a person. When you look at a person, you know, the thing is, when you look at a person, they are amazing. When you talk to them, they're good at conversation. They're saying the same things that you want to hear. People know what to say if they want something. They know what to do if they want something. All right? So you're in a situation where you are stuck with this person because they've said everything you want to hear. But the actions don't match. People are not always going to do the things that they don't want. All right? They might say everything that they don't want to say just to get you. But now that they have you, it is even harder for them to actually do what they say they're going to do. So it could be a year down the line that you realize this person is not serious and you break up. But you've already waited a year. And then you move on to the next person and you face a similar situation. Before you know it, is 5 years you've been dating and you're empty-handed. So how do you begin to fix a problem like this? There is only one way. The spiritual way. This is the only way. It really is. Your naked eyes will never help you. But God knows the heart of a man. It is impossible for you to find out what a person is thinking. Doesn't matter which book you read. Doesn't matter how smart you are. Doesn't matter how educated you are. Doesn't matter how much you know. You will never know what is in my heart. Even though I'm making this video to you right now, you don't know what I'm thinking. You couldn't possibly know unless I let you know. So the only way you're gonna know what a person is actually about is through God. He created them. So why don't you go to that same God and say, hey God, I want a real man. I want a real woman. Now I want to be established. I am done with games. Help me do this. Here's what I want to tell you guys. If you're not a person that prays, if you're not a Christian, if you're not a person that goes to church regularly, at least listen to me on this one. There is one thing in your life that you're not gonna get out of easily. There's one thing you're not gonna get if you don't use prayer. If you don't use prayer, you will not get the right spouse. You can get a good spouse you can spend 20 years with. But the end of that 20 years will be the worst. I want to close by saying this. I am walking in a park. There's this elderly woman and she calls me and she said to me, young man, come here. Sit next to me. And I went to her and I said next to her. I said, what is your name? I told her my name. Where are you from? I told her where I'm from. And then she said to me, how old are you? I told her my age. She says, oh boy, you're so young. You have no idea what the world is holding for you. And I am sorry to say this, but there is more evil in the world now more than ever before. Are you married? I said, no. I said, even worse. Your wife is out there. And if she's one of these modern women, you are in big trouble. And she said to me, my husband of 40 years, when he passed on, I am sorry to say this, but I don't even feel bad. But I celebrated my own freedom more than I mourned his death. And I could hear regret in her voice. And she said, I wasted 40 years with that man. I'm not saying that I didn't have good times, I did, but I wish I could take them back and be with someone else. I actively looked for someone else while I was with him, but I couldn't find anybody. That's why I stayed with him for such a long time. And she said to me, pray. It is the only answer. And that's what I'm saying to you. It is the only answer. If you're going to get someone that is real, someone that is going to be with you, someone whom you should be with. Listen, you're not supposed to be dating all over the place. God never designed you to be dating all over the place. You're supposed to have one person. That's it. And the problem is we can't have one person if we're using our own minds, because our minds, they don't see what God sees. Then the last story, I promise. I was listening to this woman on YouTube, motivator, and she said, dating is like a tape that hasn't been used. The first time you date, you're like a tape. It is effective. It sticks the first time, right? And it's effective. And then if you remove it and you stick it again, it is less effective, right? That's what dating is like. The more you stick and remove and stick and remove, the sticker is getting less effective. That is what you're putting your heart through every time you date a new person. And you call it experience, but in reality it is not experience. You are losing a value of yourself every time you give yourself to somebody. Instead of giving yourself to God, when you are in God and when you serve God, when you spend your time with God, you will also find a man who is doing the same thing. And you will meet in God. And when you meet in God, you will have your three strands. You, Him, and God. Till next time.